Well, there are many truths that can change your life forever, but Jesus' simple introduction, as we're going to see in this hour, is one of the most powerful statements to the Church of Philadelphia. But on the way, we have gone from John meeting Jesus on Patmos, sending the letters to Ephesus, having them sent around. Smyrna got theirs, Pergamos got theirs, Thyatira last hour. Now we're in the home stretch. There's 3 left. Sardis and Philadelphia are the ones that are concerned with the health of the church. Chapter 3 is where we're going, and if you get to Revelation 3, the first lesson that I wrote in my devotional study that I encourage you with is this. Revelation 3:1, "And to the angel of the church of Sardis write, These things says he who has the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know your works, that you have a name, that you are alive, but you are dead." This is a church, I've told you, it'd be almost like coming up to an accident scene. And I remember the first time I ever saw in my life a person that had died in front of my eyes was I was driving along Romanian highways, and I was driving in my lane. A truck was passing me. And so now most of the road is full, and a third car came passing me and the truck and went around like this and ended up heading on another car. And so actually in front of me I saw a car accident, and the person that was in the speeding car that was the third one passing was thrown from their car, and it stopped everything. We were all there. The whole road was filled with wreckage and everything, and we all were walking around, and all of a sudden when I got far enough down the road, there was that person from that car. I mean, you could tell. It wasn't a television show. They were dead. And Jesus said, I'm walking around visiting the churches, and when I get to this 5th church, and I look at you, you're dead. And I thought about how people with that person in the accident, they knelt down like you always see them do, and they check to see if they have a pulse. So imagine Jesus is checking them if they have a pulse. Jesus knows everything that's going on everywhere, including the condition of the messengers. That's why he said, these things says he who has the 7 spirits of God. And look at verse 1, the 7 stars. You say, what is that? Back in verse 20. The 7 stars are the messengers, those that are tasked with the message. So Jesus said, I know what you've been taught. I know what you're feeding your souls upon. I know what's going on. I'm holding the messenger, the message that's coming to your church. Secondly, Jesus knows whether our walk matches our talk. And I wrote number 2, Jesus is the only one that gives us an honest spiritual life assessment. So looking at this church, he says, I know your works. Everybody sees you guys have a big church in Sardis. I know you have a name, so you're a famous church. A name that you're very alive. You're just an active church. But I have visited you, and you're dead. Wow. That's not a good report. From Christ's perspective, they were walking corpses. They acted, they thought, they responded like all the people around them. You say, what does it mean? I know, you'll come up at the end of class and ask me a question. How can a Christian be dead? A Christian can be dead when they act like an unbeliever. Do you remember it says in Ephesians 2 that we walked formerly according to the course of this world, according to the God of this world, the spirit of disobedience that's now at work in lost people? When a Christian acts like an unsaved person, they look dead spiritually, no matter what they say. So Jesus says, I see through your charade.